Serie A Torino vs Inter Milan prediction, team news, lineups preview. 5 days on from an incredible comeback in the Champions League semi-finals, Inter Milan aim to resurrect their fading Serie A title hopes by beating Torino on Sunday. While Inter drew global acclaim for brilliantly knocking out Barcelona, they trail Napoli by 3 points in the Scudetto race with just 3 rounds remaining. Match preview. Since labeled by some as the greatest European tie of all time, Inter's 7-6 victory over Barcelona, played over 2 intense legs, at Montjuic and in Milan, brought out the very best in Italy's reigning champions. There were just 3 minutes left when Barca completed their own fightback to lead 3-2 on Tuesday night, but veteran defender Francesco Acerbi then popped up in the opposition box to smash home an equalizer that heralded extra time. During the additional 30 minutes, Davide Fertisi clinically fired in what turned out to be the winner, sparking wild scenes at San Siro. In fact, the substitute midfielder nearly passed out as a result of his celebration. Set to meet a young Paris Saint-Germain side in this season's Champions League final, Simone Inzaghi's squad of experienced campaigners must first switch focus back to events on the domestic front. Before attempting to lift the European Cup for a 4th time in Munich, Inter will face Torino, Lazio, and Como in the top flight, where they trail leaders Napoli by 3 points following a series of setbacks. Though they edged out Hellas Verona on home turf last week, Inzaghi will be troubled by his side's decline in 2025. After posting 8 straight away wins, the Nerazzurri have since won just one of their last 7 league games on the road. Furthermore, among teams in the top half of the table, Inter are one of only 2 not to record successive clean sheets this calendar year, a sign that legs are already tiring. With a continental final and the new Club World Cup still to come. But, having won all of their last 5 league meetings with Torino recording 4 clean sheets in the process, they will try to extend both trends in Turin before Napoli play 3 hours later. In addition to a 3-2 defeat in Milan earlier this season, Torino have lost 14 of their last 20 home games against Inter, so history will weigh heavily against them this weekend. The Granata also have little to play for, other than a potential top-half finish, having been safe for several weeks and never really threatened to fight for European qualification. Last time out, a late Nikola Vlasic penalty salvaged a 1-1 home draw against relegation-threatened Venezia, leaving Toro 11th in the standings, with Como and Udinese their main rivals for a place in the final top 10. That goal also maintained their impressive record as one of 4 teams in Serie A, alongside Bologna, Roma, and Napoli, not to have lost at home in 2025. In fact, Paolo Vanoli's men are unbeaten in 9 top-flight matches as hosts. And Torino could now reach 10 for the first time since 1995 by halting Inter's quest for back-to-back Scudetti. Team news. After rotating his squad for last week's win over Verona, resting 10 first-choice players, Simone Inzaghi could make more changes in Turin, with one eye on the upcoming Champions League decider. Past fit at the final minute, Inter captain Lautaro Martinez played through pain before being replaced in midweek. So Mehdi Taremi, Joaquin Correa, and Marco Arnautovic will all come into Inzaghi's thinking. Marcus Thuram may wish to continue up front, having scored 4 times against Torino to date, including his only career hat-trick last October at San Siro, but he might also make way. Benjamin Pavard, Henrik Mkhitaryan, and semi-final hero Davide Fertisi have been ruled out. Meanwhile, Torino can recall Carol Linetti, who has now resumed full training, but Jan Caramo and key midfielder Samuel Ricci are injury doubts. In the long-term absence of captain Duvan Zapata, 9-goal top scorer Che Adams generally spearheads Toro's attack. Though Antonio Sanabria started last week, either striker should be supported by Nikola Vlasic. After scoring his 5th goal of the campaign against Venezia, the latter could now set a new personal best for a single Serie A season by finding the net once again. Torino possible starting lineup: Milinkovic-Savic, Dembele, Maripan, Coco, Biraghi, Ricci, Casadei, Lazaro, Vlasic, Elmas, Adams. Inter Milan possible starting lineup: J. Martinez, Bisek, De Vrij, Batoni, Darmian, Zalewski, Aslani, Zielinski, Augusto, Correa, Taremi. We say, Torino 0-1 Inter Milan. Relying on his squad players after an epic midweek victory by the first team, Simone Inzaghi can guide Inter back to the top of Serie A for a few hours, at least. Torino are coasting towards the end of a relatively successful season, while their visitors from Milan are vying for an historic double. That mismatch in motivation could prove decisive. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.